Hello everybody, I am here today with a quick breakfast or dinner recipe. You can make this for any brunch, lunch, dinner that you want. We're actually making this for a late dinner. These are breakfast puffins. You get it not a muffin, but they are like a breakfast muffin in a way. You got puff pastry, Canadian bacon, you have scrambled eggs with bacon, more bacon on top. You top it with puff pastry. Drizzle down a cheese mixture over the top, add some bacon crumbles and parsley, and you have a delicious little sandwich in no time. If you want to see how to make these, they're super simple. Just keep watching. Okay, so what you're going to need to make these breakfast puffins is really simple. You're going to need 2 sheets of thawed out puff pastry. That's why mine is out of the box. Store-bought puff pastry is wonderful. So that is why that's out and it's been thawing. You're also going to need around 12 eggs. You're going to want to beat these up, but I will do that in just a minute and explain that. You're going to want about 9 to 10 pieces of bacon that's going to go on each of the little sandwiches or puffins. And you're going to want some to crumble, so I like to use about a pound of bacon. You're going to need at least 9 slices of ham if you're making the full recipe. You're also going to need about 3/4 of a cup of shredded colby. I have some in a Ziploc. And you are also, for the topping, going to need about 4 ounces of Velveeta and about 1/8 of a cup of milk. So these are so simple to make. I actually believe I'm only going to make half tonight. But you'll get the idea on how to make, them from start to finish. So I cut the first set of puff pastry in little squares. I'm going to do the second sheet of puff pastry the same way. They're going to go on a baking sheet and go into a 400-degree oven and bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. You want to bake these ahead of time. They're a little, messed up. Just push them back. And in the oven they go. Okay, both of these are ready. They're going to go into a 400-degree oven, bake for about 10 minutes. You can get it to be perfect. The squares won't show. Just make sure you have the holes covered in. If you see any holes, covered in and pat it out. And these will get baking, and I'll start making the bacon. So I've cooked my bacon strips. I also have my eggs, crumbled bacon, and milk right here in the mixer. I'm going to whisking it up. You might want to add some salt and pepper. But I have about 1/3 of a 1/4 of a cup of crumbled bacon in with 12 eggs and 1/4 of a cup of milk. And now we're going to cook the eggs on the stove just like we're scrambling them. The puff pastry squares are done. All we did was cut our puff pastry dough into 18 little squares, baked them in the oven. They'll make wonderful little breakfast sandwiches, and I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a minute. So I just sprayed my skillet with some non-stick spray. I'm adding the eggs and bacon, and we will cook these and we'll scramble them. Just keep your heat on low and just keep stirring. The ham I'm using is just this Canadian bacon. And I'm just putting it on a paper plate. I'm going to microwave it and just get it warm before I add it to the sandwiches. So I grated up some Colby cheese that will be going into the scrambled eggs right when they finish. You could always use store-bought, but freshly grated does taste better. So for the topping, all you do is take 4 ounces of Velveeta, 1/8 of a cup of milk, and pop it in the microwave. You want to stir it just to make sure that cheese breaks down easy, and that will be the topping. If it's still too thick, just add a few drops more milk until it gets to almost like a runny consistency. So I've added the cheese. I also took some out to a separate plate because I don't like that much cheese. And I'm just mixing that up. And now we're going to assemble our little sandwiches. So to assemble these, they're super easy. You just take one over and push it in just a little bit. Add your piece of ham, some eggs, right on top. Now I take the piece of bacon I just cut it in half, put it on top, add another fluffy breakfast. Look at that. Gorgeous. On to making more. Again, just press it down in there a little bit so your ham fits, just like that. Your egg mixture with your bacon and your cheese. Your bacon again. Who doesn't love bacon? And then sit it down. Get your other little puff to put right on top. Amazing. Delicious. Oh boy. I'm going to keep making these and I'll show you what they look like when I'm done. Okay, to finish these off, don't they look adorable? All you're going to do is take that Velveeta and milk blend that you made and you're going to drizzle it over each one. That's why I like it to be pretty loose. I added a little bit more milk. Let's drizzle it over it. And then I'll finish it off with a little bit of bacon on top, a little bit of bacon crumbles on each one. And then one last touch, a little bit of parsley, just to make it that much prettier. So here is how they are going to look when they are finished. Look how delicious they look. They got the eggs and the bacon on top. It's puff pastry, light and delicious. It's got Canadian bacon. It's got regular bacon, eggs, milk, cheese, more bacon on top. These are perfect for any brunch or breakfast. You can find the recipe below in the down bar, and you can also check out my blog at kjaggers.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye-bye.